Let us begin our journey to one of the most intriguing ecological sites of North America, the Gulf of Mexico. We are now surrounded by Cuba, the United States, and Mexico.
We are now approximately at 25 degrees north latitude and 90 degrees west longitude.
In the Gulf, we can find 7 distinct ecological sections. We are now focusing on the Gulf of Mexico basin.
The Gulf of Mexico formed approximately 300 million years ago as a result of plate tectonics. At its deepest, it is 14,383 feet. Hello everyone, I'm Jane Zhang and welcome to the Gulf of Mexico Daily Forecast. Tuesday we are forecasted with a 50% chance of rain. For Wednesday, good news, we actually have sunny weather with a high of 61 and a low of 48. Given its latitude, the climate of the Gulf region varies from tropical to subtropical. Of particular note are the often devastating hurricanes or tropical cyclones that strike the region nearly every year. The hurricane season officially runs from June 1st to November 30th. These tropical storms are born in moist tropical air. About every 4 to 5 days, a tropical wave of low pressure moves along the westerly winds. Some of these waves develop into tropical depressions, storms, and hurricanes.
Watch as I step across the coastal weather of the Gulf of Mexico. It is a small section out of the 5 million acres from coast to coast. If you take a step closer, you could feel the waterlogged soil. It is anaerobic, meaning that it has a low oxygen content. The plants growing in this area must be able to adapt to the low oxygen conditions.
Wetlands also provide a lot of ecosystem services, one of which is physical filtration. While water moves through this, the sediments floating in the water will settle out and clean water will leave the wetlands.
Average dune elevation along the shores of the Gulf of Mexico are just 2.4 meters high, making approximately 71% of these beaches likely to experience extreme erosion, even from a Category 1 storm. It is a shame indeed.
The longest river in the United States, the Mississippi River, flows through the American Midwest and feeds into the Gulf of Mexico, bringing with it the excess nutrients from agricultural nitrogen fertilizers. The excess of nutrients in the Gulf contributes to eutrophication. The growth of algae and other photoautotrophs are no longer restrained by limiting factors such as nitrogen, so they grow to immense proportions. When they die, they decompose on the floor of the basin, using up oxygen in the water. Over time, the increasingly anaerobic conditions will cause other marine mammals to die and decompose, which only accelerates the cycle. Eutrophication eventually results in a dead zone.
Speaking of dead zones, did you know that in 2010 there was a deep water horizon oil spill that was considered the largest accidental marine oil spill in history of the petroleum industry? The black tar choked the life out of the local wildlife, including dolphins, whales, and other large mammals. Oil is working itself up the trophic pyramid. First, tiny bacteria absorb the oil. As other animals eat the bacteria, the oil accumulates into larger predators, such as dolphins. This is an example of bioaccumulation.
When larger mammals die off, it creates a top-down trophic cascade, and the producers and other lower-tier consumers overpopulate without any predators. Similarly, when producers and primary consumers die from the oil, they create a bottom-up trophic cascade. Together, these effects weaken an already delicate ecosystem.
It's been a great pleasure traveling with you all, exploring one of the most ecologically diverse regions in North America. Hope to see you again with me, Demetrius Attenborough.
And Jane Zhang!